In the 1950s, the United States government began a secret program, not to build weapons, not to spy on enemies, but to control the human mind. Citizens were drugged without consent, experiments were conducted in hospitals and universities, records were destroyed, and for years, no one knew. This was MK Ultra. After World War II, the Cold War began. The United States feared the Soviet Union had developed advanced brainwashing techniques. American prisoners of war in Korea had given false confessions. Some appeared psychologically broken. U.S. intelligence believed enemies might have discovered ways to manipulate thoughts. In 1953, the CIA approved a classified research program under Director Allen Dulles, the code name MK Ultra. Its purpose was simple, and honestly, terrifying: to explore whether the human mind could be controlled. MK Ultra was not a single experiment. It was a network of 149 sub-projects, hidden inside universities, prisons, hospitals, and research labs. Many institutions didn't even know CIA funding was behind the research. The program explored psychedelic drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, electroshock, and psychological conditioning. The drug that fascinated them most was LSD. At the time, LSD was new, powerful, unpredictable. The CIA believed it might weaken resistance, break down identities, or force confessions. They were wrong, but, well, they didn't know that yet. Some volunteers consented to experiments, many did not. In several cases, civilians were secretly given LSD in social settings just to observe their reactions. One of the most disturbing operations was called Operation Midnight Climax. CIA-run safe houses were set up in San Francisco and New York. Sex workers were hired to lure men into rooms wired with hidden recording equipment. Once inside, the men were unknowingly dosed with LSD. Agents watched from behind one-way mirrors, studying behavior under the drug's influence. The goal was to see whether drugs could make someone more suggestible, easier to manipulate. The experiments were often reckless, poorly controlled, ethically non-existent. In 1953, a CIA-connected scientist named Frank Olson was secretly given LSD during a meeting. Just days later, he fell from a New York hotel window. His death was ruled a suicide. But, decades later, his family uncovered evidence suggesting he had been involved in MK Ultra research, and may have wanted to leave the program. His case became one of the most controversial chapters in MK Ultra's history. MK Ultra left real damage. Some test subjects experienced long-term psychological trauma, severe anxiety and depression, memory disruption, and, honestly, even mental breakdowns. In some psychiatric experiments, patients were exposed to extreme combinations of drugs and electroshock therapy. Oversight was minimal. Ethical guidelines were weak. National security was used as justification. The program prioritized results over human safety. In 1973, as public investigations into intelligence agencies intensified, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most MK Ultra records destroyed. Thousands of documents were shredded. The program could have disappeared permanently, but actually, some financial records survived in storage. In 1975, United States congressional investigations, known as the Church Committee hearings, exposed MK Ultra to the public. For the first time, Americans learned that their own government had secretly experimented on its citizens. Did MK Ultra achieve mind control? No reliable evidence suggests it succeeded. The science was inconsistent, the methods were chaotic, but the program revealed something deeper. When fear drives policy, ethical boundaries can collapse. MK Ultra ended in the early 1970s, yet it remains one of the most disturbing examples of how secrecy and power can intersect, because sometimes the most unsettling conspiracies are the ones that turn out to be real.
This was Beyond the Shadows. If you found yourself questioning the official version of history, subscribe, share your theory in the comments, and remember, the truth is never where they say it is.